This is a small list of witnesses, a small list. I've been abused for 5 years over crimes I did not commit. So this video, I'm going to be making sure that the public is aware of the witnesses that I attempted, mind you, just attempted. I was denied all of my rights. But witnesses that should have been called forward. Witnesses that, had they spoken up, had they showed up in court and actually spoken up in court, had they actually spoken with my attorney. Sorry, I didn't ever have an attorney. I only had public pretenders. Things would have been different. Let's start off with Alycia Michelle Bollinger. Rochelle Shelley Campbell. Danica Lachelle Garner. Leslie Snell. Carl Snell. Laura Nelson. Brenda Dickinson. Starting to get pretty long already, isn't it? Dan Fabert. Cara Rogers. Layla Who Knows. I say who knows because her real name wasn't Layla. She was a catfish. She was posting up pictures of some other lady. Somebody else's pictures entirely. Now let's get down to the brass tacks of all of the evidence that police illegally destroyed and illegally prevented from being in court. See, they would charge me with crimes that I didn't commit to prevent me from turning them in. And then they dropped the charges. They did this over and over and over and over again. At least a dozen times in just the last 4 years. Repeatedly charging me with crimes that were never committed when I tried to turn them in. Repeatedly assaulting me. Repeatedly lying about me and lying to healthcare professionals. How many of you believe that a police officer should have the right to diagnose? I certainly don't. Now let's go with more witnesses that need to be called forward. Chris Stegeman. His dad, Floyd Stegeman. Those ones are pretty important. There's a lot more than just that, though. A lot more. There's a lot of people in this town that are witnesses to the abuse that I've gone through. Some of the people that need to be called are my predators, like Robert Franklin Warnick, Scott DaCosta, and all of his deputies, including the new one. Jace Jepson needs to be called. Matter of fact, on my very YouTube here, he's on it. Kayla Trujillo is another one. Let's see, copy link address. We'll post that over here. That's a conversation with Jace. He's a chapel witness. Let's see. My channel. Here's another one. Copy link address. This man currently works for Scott DaCosta. There's a lot more than just that. A lot more. Maybe we should go back to some of the major stuff. Let's remind y'all where I was. Copy link address. This one right here is Clearview Behavioral Health. I was sent there when I tried to turn in Officer Waylon Lolatai. They sell their own narrative, and magically it's okay. All of you who want to be pissed off about how black people are treated, if you're not pissed off about how homeless people are treated, you're not fighting for equality. You're being a racist asshole. Let's see, here's Waylon Lolatai. Imagine that. Let's see. Copy link address. This is Waylon Lolatai. How many more witnesses? And how many of them can be counted on to tell the truth? There is not a single police officer in America who is not a fucking liar. There isn't a single cop in the United States who I can consider a good person, because I don't hear any of these officers speaking out. Any of them. I've been abused by the judicial system for the last 4 years because I tried to turn in my fucking predators. Get that through your thick fucking skulls. Now, one thing that people were pissed off about as far as Waylon Lolatai goes is that after he assaulted that man while he was working with the Denver Sheriff's Department, instead of going to prison like he should have, he was allowed to move on to another jurisdiction. He was allowed to move to Boulder, where he assaulted me in January of 2018. And then he assaulted not just me, but 6 other people who were homeless. Which homeless people that Officer Waylon Lolatai assaulted did the news media actually care about? They didn't care about Kelly Clark. Why not? She was assaulted. Well, Kelly Clark is white. And all of the support came from BLM. The situation with Zaid Atkinson. Some of you might remember him from 60 Minutes. He's the one who, although officers treated him 1,000 times better than they would have treated a homeless person. They started off the altercation believing he was a homeless person. Waylon Lolatai was involved in that situation. If I'm not mistaken, he was the one who was brandishing the shotgun. I don't get onto YouTube here for your fucking entertainment. I don't post on Facebook for your fucking entertainment. I post this shit because it's real. It is real life. It is happening nationwide. One of the things they dropped the charges on, I was trying to turn in Scott DaCosta. I've been trying to turn in Scott DaCosta since 2018. And when did they actually have an investigator call me? After I was assaulted by Sheriff Scott DaCosta for trying to turn in Scott DaCosta. I was also arrested for trying to turn in Scott DaCosta. I was assaulted for trying to turn in Scott DaCosta, and they put their knee on my motherfucking neck. You can't do that to a black man, but you can sure as fuck do it to me. It's magically okay because I'm white. I must deserve it because I'm white. You not get how fucking racist that is. There's a lot more witnesses too. A lot more. I didn't make them cowards. Then there are witnesses who said that they would come forward, but I can't go to that state. There was a man I was in jail with, and I knew him for years and years when I was homeless. His name is George. He's also on my YouTube channel as a witness. He spoke up about the assaults that I endured in Boulder in the jail. Matter of fact, I should probably link that. So let's see. Goes to your channel, and then we click the little search thingy. Let's see. Here's one. Copy link address. This one is called George, witness to assault and harassment, teasing, hazing by the guards at BCJ. That's Boulder County Jail. It's not that these things didn't happen. They absolutely did. But the police, the Bollinger family, the media, and the general public did everything that they could to prevent me from getting a hold of these people, and it made a difference. They did everything that they could to obstruct justice until the statute of limitations was over. There's even more witnesses that need to be called forward, like Aaron Cockerham and Alyssa Rainwater. And Alyssa Rainwater's mother, Mandy Hughes. Shannon Alvarado and Brett Roloff. Now, Brett Roloff, let's see. I knew him as Moose. Here's one about the Natalie Bollinger situation. Copy link address. Paste. Here's another witness. Blam. Here's one. This is Shannon Alvarado's used to be boyfriend. I don't know if they're still going out now. I don't really care. This guy's an asshole. Let's post his shit up here too. People love that I'm honest until I'm honest about them. These people had their chance to be honest. They had their chance to tell the truth. Now I'm going to link up another video. In this other video, it's just me talking. That's not the important part of the video. The important part is down in the comments section. There are 116 links to conversations with witnesses in it. It's called For Peaches the Liar. Copy link address. Paste. Now I'm going to tell you how to navigate that part. For Peaches the Liar has 116 comments in the comment section. If you can't see any of the comments, click the word comments and it'll show you. Yep. 116 links to conversations with witnesses. That's not even counting the videos of the actual incidents that are recorded. That's not counting the stuff that I can't release to the public because it's got things in it like people's social security numbers, their personal phone numbers, their personal addresses. You're damn right I speak out. Even through all of the repeated assaults, the repeated threats against my life and against my family and against my friends, and I still speak up. Candace Bondurant needs to be dragged into fucking court. All of these people need to be dragged into fucking court. I speak out for a reason. Because someone has to. There's a lot more that I could hook up and link to this, but we're at 18 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm tired. I've been up all night, had to chase a dog. I'm going to end this stream and get back to my life, if you can call it that. There's also the situation with Investigator Woods. I don't feel as if he is going to make any actual effort to do his job. I think he's going to do the bare minimum that he can do so that he can say he did something. Now, based on the things that are recorded, because I do record our conversations, it's pretty obvious that Investigator Woods should not be the one to investigate this. He has already told me things that are not true. He has already made excuses for my predators. He has shown that he has already decided. And if he's already decided before he's taken a look at any evidence, what's the point in sending it to him? The other thing is he's not interested in the evidence. He just wants the written report. Well, no problems with that. It's going to take a lot of fucking time just to write the written report. But the other thing is, then he apparently has to get permission from the Nebraska Attorney General's office to investigate. Now, I spoke with Sergeant Jones of Nebraska State Patrol, and, they keep changing their fucking minds. I've got several conversations with her recorded. The first one, she says that, well, that it's not their job, that they will take the information and the evidence that I have to give them, and they will give it to the Nebraska Attorney General's office. Well, then she told me something different from what Investigator Woods said. Why do they keep changing the rules? She said they're not allowed to investigate unless the Nebraska Attorney General's office says to investigate. But she also said that they have to do an investigation to send this stuff to the Nebraska Attorney General's office for them to investigate. So really, she fucking lied to me. No, I can't trust Sergeant Jones. Even if she talks nice, I can't trust her. And I also, obviously, cannot trust Investigator Woods. I don't trust anyone for a reason. People are either bullies or cowards. There's not much in between. The bullies group up on you and gang up on you, and magically it's okay for them. But if you defend yourself against a group of bullies, you are apparently the bad guy. This is the lesson that America is teaching its children. God, this country fucking sucks. Now, I've got recording after recording after recording where these officers repeatedly contradict themselves over and over again. There's also the fact that they keep charging me with crimes that were never committed. Or they charge me with crimes that I didn't commit, but my predators did. There's a woman who works at the courthouse. Her name is Polly Olson. She's a witness too, and she needs to be dragged into the courtroom as well. But how do you get that to happen when you're not even allowed to go to the fucking courthouse because you turned in your predators and they did everything in their power to illegally prevent you from going to court and defending yourself? This country is nasty, and anybody who supports the United States government is my enemy. Don't tell me about your God. The Easter Bunny is not going to step in and do a goddamn thing. Santa Claus is not going to show up and represent me in court. And don't even get me started on Jesus.